All right, so for the offer comparison tool to properly work, you're going to want to make sure that when you're in the opportunity details, you edit the seller worksheet. Click the pencil. This is then where you can type in the buyer agent commission as well as the listing agent commission. I typically leave the seller closing cost percentage blank. This is where you would say how much the mortgage balance is. So say they still owe 98,000. Second mortgage balance, prorated taxes. So you would go to the property and determine how much taxes it paid over the 12 months previous to the year you're in. Or it kind of depends on the time, but basically, if you know how much annually the taxes are and the closing date, then you can prorate how much taxes the seller would be responsible for during the time they lived in that house that year. So say that they're still responsible for $8,000 worth of property tax and maybe $400 for the HOA for the amount of time that they live there. This is important that you select Show Net on Offer Comparison. So after you type in some basic information here, select Save. All right, then you go to Offers and Commissions and you select Add New Offer. Maybe call this the name of the seller. So Smith or the agent, it depends. You name it really whatever you would like. Create offer. The proposed close date, which currently is in paragraph 9 of the 1 to 4 family in Texas. So let's say this is um, April 13th. Parties, who's involved? Usually last name of the buyer. You could fill in this other stuff. There's pre-approved or not. Associate's name, this is the agent's name. So let's just say test, or you could even just put a period there, it doesn't matter. It must be answered because it has a red star by it. Cool. All right, so now we go to terms. This is where you share how much money they're putting down and how much they're financing. The earnest money amount, you would select this box, put that in there. I think you can also type in this too. Yeah, okay. How much is the option fee? Termination option. This is the home warranty, basically. And seller contributions will go here. Seller will contribute. So actually, let me back up there. Here, it's pretty much how much the buyer is asking the seller to pay. So for example, say they're asking for $3,000 in seller contributions, and they're also asking the seller to pay the title policy. So you'll have to go maybe Google that and type in title policy calculator. Basically, you want to take into account all the costs that the buyer is having the seller pay in the contract, right? So say all that comes out to maybe 3,000. Agent analysis is where you can decide, okay, what are some pros? So strong financing, right? What else would be a pro? Maybe they're offering list price or maybe over list price. Cons would be obviously subject to appraisal if it's getting financed. Summary, all in all, decent offer. Basically, you just kind of give your opinion here and then select save. Your opinion in that particular part isn't totally necessary because there's not a red star, and yet it's a good opportunity to share some key points from the offer ahead of your conversation with the seller. The next thing to do would be to add that second offer. And so maybe you call this second offer as well, create. So say, for example, this one closes in just over a week's time. Williams, associate name, not really relevant. Go to terms. And so maybe, let's see, in this case, right, there's no finance, so this would be a cash offer. And then option fee. Just filling in some basic stuff here. So in this case, it's a cash purchase. And say, for example, the listing is $1 million. Option but these people are not asking for HOA or any settlement costs. So in that case, the pros obviously would be cash and buyer paying expenses in the contract. And cons would be, in this case, it's $100,000 below list price. Summary, not subject to appraisal. Solid offer, save. Okay, so once you've created the offers, then you just select all. This button appears on the right that says compare offers, and then it'll compare them for you. Different parts, you can click on summary or pros as well, and cons. If there's a lot written there, you just click here and it will drop down and show everything that you've written. And then on the bottom it says net to you, 739, 833. Now you can download this and you can also email it to your customer from here or client. And that's it.